I know what you're thinking. Why wear a suit if you're not wearing a shirt? And that makes complete and utter sense. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. It has been a while now, hasn't it? You've not seen me for a significant amount of time. But we are back. Yes, officially, we are back. So I do hope you're all having a fantastic day, morning, night, or evening. I wanted to make this video to share with you the updated schedule. There is an actual schedule this time. And I know what you're probably thinking. I've had a schedule 1,000 times. What makes this time any different than in the past? Two things. One, I've got an empty house. I live here now. I bought this house. It's mine. Aha! So that's pretty sweet. So that, time constraints and things like that, I won't ever have those anymore. And the second thing is I've just changed jobs. And a new job that I have, I work significantly less hours. So that's also pretty sweet. So a lot of things have just come together right now, which is why I'm able to actually have a schedule. Which is why, over the last couple of days, over the last couple of weeks, I've been asking you lot on the community page for your feedback. And I appreciate all of you, giving me your feedback in the community page. I wholeheartedly, I'm thankful for that. But I thought, because I've been thinking, I thought maybe I'll come back to YouTube, but it's always been the editing process. The editing process has always been a nightmare, and I figured out a few things. So I figured out how to do timer videos. So you might be thinking, timer videos? You've been doing timer videos for years now, but I've always had to edit that. I figured out how to do timer videos simply by having this here. As you can see, there's a timer right there, and if I just press the timer goes by itself. So basically, I can have all things done while I'm recording, so I don't have to actually edit anything. So all the videos on the channel, well, I can't say from here on out because there's still some videos that were on Patreons that will come out on YouTube. But all the videos from a certain point, let's say 2-3 weeks in the future, will be full length. There won't be any highlight videos anymore. There won't be any footage. Everything will be full length, and that applies to every platform. So that applies to both YouTube and Patreon. And I'm talking about Patreon, but forget that for now, right? It's not that important, because the first thing I have to do is establish the schedule. Second thing I have to do is show that I can actually stick to a schedule, and then the third thing is then introduce Patreon. So that's a different story and completely different thing. So speaking of those three things, first let's establish the schedule. So I have it written down, but I also have an inscription down below, so you guys can read it yourself. But I'll explain sort of my thought process here, so just let me, indulge me for a second. So for Mondays, and this will start on the Monday the 16th of May, just letting you know. But for Mondays, we've got 2 episodes of Demon Slayer and 1 episode of Hunter x Hunter 1999. And some of you might be thinking, 1999? Why not 2011? Well, I actually had 2011 reactions on this channel, and those are no longer here, unfortunately. I deleted them because they were so cringe. I was watching Hunter x Hunter 2011 when it aired in 2011. As that was actually the reason why I started doing reactions, because I saw someone mention that they enjoyed my reviews, and back then I did reviews. And they said that they wanted to see, me react to Hunter x Hunter, and that's how it originally started with Hunter x Hunter. That's how I originally started doing reactions, with Hunter x Hunter 2011 reactions. And I didn't know how to edit back then, so I was like having the camera in front of me, but also like showing the screen like just flickering, and it was just a nightmare, right? It was just like, it was a ghetto. Those were ghetto reactions. If you're from back there, I respect you. But I don't think anyone is from back there. So we're doing Hunter x Hunter 1999. I'm obviously familiar with the Hunter x Hunter story, but the reason I'm doing Hunter x Hunter 1999 is because I want to eventually move on to the manga. I know, well, I can't say obviously, but I know some of the things that happen in the manga, which I won't elaborate here. I'll save that for the Hunter x Hunter video. But I haven't actually read the manga ever since like where the anime stopped. So I thought that would be a good incentive to start Hunter x Hunter. This time doing a series that I've not not watched, but just the 1999 anime, and then go on to the manga. So as I said, for Monday, 2 episodes of Demon Slayer and 1 episode of Hunter x Hunter 1999. For Tuesday, we've got 2 episodes of Pokemon and 2 episodes of Digimon. I kind of thought, well, if we're gonna have Pokemon on Tuesday, might as well do Digimon as well. It just works very, very well. You know, having two similar shows from two similar eras with two similar episode lengths in the same day. I think that's just perfect way to go about it. As I said, some of them will be highlight videos until a certain amount of time, just because there are some on Patreon right as of right now. So you know, we'll work around that. And then there'll be full length from a certain point onwards for everything. So there won't be any like footage on any platform, whether that's YouTube or Patreon. Everything will just be full length. Then Wednesday we've got 2 episodes of the Kingdom anime and 1 episode of 12 Kingdom. Now with 12 Kingdoms, sort of what's gonna happen is you're gonna see the stream that I did in the past. That's gonna come back. So basically the episodes that I did during the stream, I think I only uploaded episode 1, and I kind of stopped editing episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will, that's included in the schedule. So for this coming Wednesday, you will see an episode of 12 Kingdom. You'll say, I think it's episode 2 specifically that you will see for 12 Kingdom on Wednesday. So if you've watched the stream, you're gonna have to wait a little bit until new episodes arrive, if that makes sense. Then Thursday we've got 2 episodes of Gundam and 1 episode of Magi. Two shows that I've started a long time ago, and just because of this long break that I've had, or lack of motivation, burnout, everything's together, we'll just put those 2 shows on hold. But yeah, we're definitely continuing that, and that's being continued as soon as possible. That's being continued on Thursday, in fact. Friday, we've got 2 episodes of Kindaichi, and we've got 1 episode of Hibike Euphonium. Kindaichi, detective show, which I think is very underrated. I think if you're very much intrigued with like the likes of Detective Conan, I think that Kindaichi is a very fun show that very much complemented. And I've got Hibike Euphonium, which I very much enjoyed. I just kept having issues with copyright. Like that's the reason why I stopped watching, because I just kept having issues with copyright. They would just get blocked because obviously you have music, but then you also have the anime that gets blocked from multiple sources, and it was just a nightmare. But as I said, we don't have to worry about that anymore because full length exists. So that's for Friday. Saturday we've got 1 episode of Steins Gate, and I've got 2 episodes of Kaiji. So I've got 2 new series for Saturday. I thought, some of you left your recommendations on the community page, and one of them was Steins Gate, the other one was Kaiji, and I thought that's actually not a bad recommendation. So that's what we're doing for Saturday. Steins Gate 1 episode, and then Kaiji 2 episodes, and then for Sunday, the final day of the week, we've got Jujutsu Kaisen 1 episode, and Major 1 episode as well. So a little bit of a less of a busy day on Sunday, but that's kind of how we're going about things. Now, some of you might be wondering, what about the manga? Everything that you mentioned is anime. What about manga? And all I can say about manga is that those will happen whenever. Unfortunately, that's the best I can do. Those will happen whenever. Most likely Sunday. So most likely Sundays will be a manga day, but those will happen in streams most likely. So that manga hasn't been set in stone. But the way I've been thinking about it is that every Sunday, not every Sunday, but most Sundays, we will either do a catch-up stream or something along those lines, which I will be doing on twitch.tv/allrightio, if that is something that you're interested in for the future. But I will announce those on YouTube as well beforehand, so that if you want to actually catch it, if you actually want to catch those catch-up streams live on Twitch, you can do so. So that's my schedule. That's the way I'm going about things. That's the path, the way forward. I'll read it once more, but as I said, I'll have it in the description down below as well. So for Monday, Demon Slayer 2 episodes, Hunter x Hunter 1999 1 episode. Tuesday, Pokemon 2 episodes, Digimon 2 episodes. Wednesday, Kingdom 2 episodes, 12 Kingdoms 1 episode. Thursday, Gundam 2 episodes, Magi 1 episode. Friday, Kindaichi 2 episodes, Hibike 1 episode. Saturday, Steins Gate 1 episode, Kaiji 2 episodes, and then Sunday, Jujutsu Kaisen 1 episode, and Maya 1 episode. So that's the schedule going forward. Now, last but not least, let's talk about Patreon a little bit. I'm a scumbag, aren't I? Let's talk about Patreon a little bit. Basically, Patreon, it's gonna change. There's only 3 tiers now. 1 is the tier to be able to vote on polls. 2 is a tier to get early access, and 3 is a tier to force me to watch something. Those are the 3 tiers that are available. Everything else has been scrapped. So previously we had early access, then we had full length. That's been scrapped. It's only early access now, and being able to dictate polls, which I will once a month. I will hold new polls to, for things that will be added to shows, so on and so forth. Which, you know, the $1, the $1 tier can vote on, but the tier upwards of that can actually dictate what will be on it, if that makes sense. Patreon will be 4 weeks ahead. Strict. 4 weeks ahead. 4 weeks ahead of the YouTube channel. It's very much just like that. So if you get an episode 1 on YouTube, you'll have episode 5 on Patreon, if that makes sense. So that's going to be very much very strict, very straightforward. And as I said, these will come out. I don't know whether I'll schedule these to have a certain time. You know, like every 5 p.m. they'll come out. 5 p.m. UK time they'll come out. I don't know. I did that in the past. It worked. It also didn't work. I'm not necessarily trying to grow the channel. The channel is dead. It's been dead for so long that it doesn't even bother me anymore. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to, you know, for the people that are actually interested in the shows, for them to be able to actually find those shows, because it does seem like a lot of the time people don't actually see the videos per se. So I'll mess around with that a bit on the YouTube analytics just to see when things are working, when things are nice. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hi. It's good to be back. Now, some of you, I should mention that too. Some of you might be wondering what 2 things, 3 things, but 2 things realistically: visual novels, games. When are those coming back? Well, visual novels will be sort of similar to like the manga section, but even less rare. And then the game section, you've got the likes of Trails. You've got the likes of, I mean, some of you voted for the Kingdom Hearts, which I've been doing, you know, on Twitch. You can watch the full VODs on Twitch, and let me know if you actually want to see the highlights on YouTube. The plan was to have them on YouTube, but I don't know whether, you know, it's really, whether that was a good idea to do, to upload video game highlights when I haven't been uploading reactions. I just felt like that was kind of disingenuous. But now that I'm actually, you know, uploading reactions, I'm gonna start uploading reactions. Now I feel like you know, I can actually upload the Kingdom Hearts episodes on here. So that's kind of what we're gonna be doing as well. But yeah, we're back. It feels good to be back, but it also doesn't. But it feels good to be back, but it also doesn't. It's kind of weird. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's just my thoughts. That's just the way I see things. That's just the way we're gonna go about things. It might seem like a little bit of an overwhelming schedule, but it's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad, and there's a few reasons why for that. As I said, editing time, rendering time, that not being there immediately takes away, you know, from that schedule. Let's say that, you know, it takes me about 6 hours a week, you know, with editing time, rendering time, and then uploading time, because obviously those videos are significantly bigger. That reduces, you know, that keeps it at 6 hours a week instead of, say, 20 hours a week. So it's actually significantly easier, which is why I thought I wanted to increase it, but I thought let's start, you know, quite conservatively and then move our way up in the future if that's a thing. And I've had a bunch of time, you know, to record. I've been recording a bit now recently as well, and it's just been having the time with that little thing. It's just that little thing, and having a script that runs when I'm playing the episode. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for all, you know, thank you for all of you that are still watching these videos. Some of you, thank you for all that are still subscribed. Sorry for the long break, I guess. But we're now back in full swing. It's gonna be fun, right? Anyway, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see all of you in the next one. Everyone, until then, have a nice day. Peace out. And as always, bye.